Hello, hello. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but we're gonna make it work here. I've already kind of got started because it wasn't working. So, but I'm gonna do these are the 4-inch squares, and then they come as a 6-inch as well. So let's just get started. I kind of place things, I don't know yet exactly for colors, so we'll just see. And I think I'm going to use, I don't know if I have that on the list. So I wanted to do kind of like a burlap color for a background but I don't have a burlap color, so I was going to use soft fawn just to see how that would, since I'm going to have like white ears and different things. Oh, I don't even have a plate. Yeah, I wasn't really prepared here. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm sorry for the fans and all the noise. I am cutting. I'm trying to get things done for you guys. We'll just see how this goes. So I haven't said in a while, and I've had some people ask. I use Sherwin-Williams paints, and I get them from Home Depot. I'm using an unscented baby wipe. I get them from Home Depot. I'm just gonna see how this. Is that going to be light enough? I have this playa. It's kind of like a burlap, but I don't think I have that on the list. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some white flour, and then this way then you guys don't have to purchase another color. But I get these bottles. I know you can use the honey bottles. I had just already been using these bottles, and I like them. They're fine. I do have an affiliates link for them if you're wondering what I use. I'm just going to use this little, actually let's use the back of the, I'm just going to lighten this up. I just want to kind of get like a lighter burlappy kind of color instead of, because each one I've usually done white, but I feel like there's going to be some white going on in these. And by all means, you could do like a cute pink, you could do a cute blue, so that lightened that up quite a bit. So hopefully you saw that I just added some white to that, and then I'm going to tap it off. I don't want to get into these little score lines. The legs are down here. I kind of got myself in a little, I don't know what's going on here. Do you ever work yourself into a little corner? That's how I feel right now. Because I'm in a little corner. So I've got things on the machine right now. So I'm hoping I'll for sure take pictures. I hate taking blank pictures for you guys, because then I don't know if I'll ever get to it, and then I just feel bad. But then it's like I want you to have something new if I do have a sale, so that's why it ends up happening that way. But and my life is going to be significantly changing March 5th. So I thought my life was crazy before, and now it's going to get even crazier. I will no longer be working at home, which, whatever, I did it for, over 17 years. in office, so but it's just was nice because, well, there was many things, but anyways, whatever. But so that might be even more away from you guys because I won't be home as much. So, and you're like, well, no matter what, you worked, right? But I mean, it was just, I did get a lot of things done, including my job, but during the day. So, okay, I'm gonna take Essential Gray, and we're gonna do the bunny. And I've still got my baby wipe, and so they will color match for any of the colors. So if you happen to get a sale going on at Lowe's or whatever store you have near you, but I just do samples, and I do try to get in a matte if I can, but it's not necessary. If you find that you can't shade, if it's too shiny or whatever, you can always just do a little sanding and you should be just fine. Okay, I know there was something else I was gonna do. Gray, I think his little face, just so then his stuff pops. And then we'll come back and kind of shade him darker. Okay. I don't think there's anything gray on there. Let's do white flower. My husband took my youngest to California with him this last trip, so that's fun. Hopefully she's the wrestler, and her team is going to state, but she wasn't allowed to go. We talked about just going as a family just to support, but he had to go, so we ended up doing that instead. But she's been sending pictures and stuff. So the bees pollinate almonds out in California, and so he just has to go out and make sure everything's good. There was a bit of flooding, so we want to make sure our hives are all okay. So I'm just tapping and just keep gathering here, and I am trying to go with the grain of the wood without getting it on the sides of the pieces. So okay. Let's see. We'll do both of these. This beeswax color. Sorry if I'm off in romance land here, trying to. I usually have another sticky board, but for some reason, I think my husband stole my blue tape. Technically I stole it from him first, so I don't know. I had a bunch of rolls, but I need to get more. Okay, so And I'm sure you guys are slowly hearing about the lives. I am trying to determine what I want to do. Most likely I'll probably just end up having to put them on, I'm going to do Emberglow on YouTube, even though I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more private, but I am looking into different things, but I didn't really want to pay for another service, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's very time consuming because I got to go in and download them all, upload them all. What else was orange? The carrot. And then go back and change all the links for you guys, so then you can find them. So in each listing, I got to go back and change the links. Which we will get through this. Okay, so I think now I just want to go around. Oh, sugar. I do need to add these last little bits. Otherwise, what I was going to say is just go around and give everything another coat. So that was overt green. I think Facebook's being silly, or I'm just not on enough, and so it's not pushing the information. So I apologize if people aren't seeing stuff. I've only had a couple people send pictures for the giveaway, so I don't know. Maybe people are just kind of done with me. And I do apologize because I'm not able to be as present as I'd like. But let's just hope it's Facebook algorithm that's going against me. I'm going to do a magical, I think, for the little bunny that's going to stick in the little sheep, little tuft of head fur, and then the glasses. We'll just see. Hopefully, do I want to do that for the glasses, or do I want to do... Purple and yellow? We'll go with it. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up changing it. What I was thinking is maybe the teal color that I use quite often. And that would actually be a cute background. I'm just kind of tapping it so it's a little bit more solid, kind of sponging it on. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that overt green and see if we can get that a little bit more. I'm almost out of wipes, so hopefully I don't run out here. Okay, and I'm going back to the white flower. I'm just going back and touching up everything. Yeah. So this is the sheep tuft on its head. just gonna take a little pick from the Dollar Tree and kind of clean this up. You have to be careful when you use this though, because you don't want to scrape it outside of the line. So just be careful, because that is scored there, and so then I just don't want it to break off. Beeswax yellow. I hope you guys know how much I appreciate you all and being with me, and I'm hoping I can in the future get to some actual lives. That would be so fun. Like, I was thinking about doing it today, but I have been kicked off so many times. I restarted it. I'm kind of testing it right now. We'll see. Okay, so let's do, oh, I missed the white little, I'm gonna have to get another little blob of white flour here. Okay, I think put that there for shading. So let me move this stuff to the front and see how this is gonna be. So I'm gonna take 220 grit sandpaper and just sand here a little bit. I'm just, sorry, I'm blowing out the, and it depends on the wood you're using. I am right now currently using mahogany. I'm trying to use it up. Otherwise, normally I use like a birch ply. And so when you get the wood wet, then the fibers kind of stick up, and so then it's harder to do shading. So that's why I sand it down, just so that I get a nice smooth shade. So I think I want to add the little legs before I get too crazy. I'm just gonna wet down a little paintbrush here, go into my Bohemian black, and I don't want it like crazy black. I'm kind of giving it the look of the, like what a wipe would do, but with paintbrush. I'm kind of doing it darker, like right on that edge, and then pulling it out. So that I'm kind of doing the shading all in one. Okay, so we'll leave that one. I'm actually going to put that in front of my little heater and see if we can get that one dry fast. Okay, so then I just want to find my angled brush. We're just going to take an angled brush and we're going to take Turkish coffee. And I know if you've been here before and you've seen this a million times, just fast forward. I apologize. I mean, it's the same thing every time, but people like to watch, so I'm sorry if I'm boring. Okay, so I have my water, and then I dip in my water, and then I just kind of tap it off, and then I have a wet wipe over here, and I just kind of tap it off on there. I dip the tip, just the tip, in my water. I'm gonna need more. Tap it, dip. Where's that? I got too much. And then we're just going to go along the edge. Again, you can do it, don't do it. And I'm reaching up here and I keep dipping, so I'm sorry. I would show you the water container, but it wants to focus on that, so I gotta keep it out of the screenshot. And you can do as little and that these are just, they'll dry. It's just water. And we'll keep going here. I should have almost had my water just a little bit. Yeah, I've really worked myself in then I don't have to keep crossing the camera when I'm trying to get more. Sorry, minor adjustment. There. Hopefully you can see. Okay, dipping, ombreing it down. And if you have your own way of shading, by all means, you do it that way. You could even do the edge of a sponge, would work great too, especially on these, because there's no like inner pieces, like little nooks and crannies. And I'm having to go back and forth a little bit more just because of the wood grain, but I want it to kind of look not perfect, but somewhat similar all the way around. I don't know if you can hear, that's a male quail doing his little mating call. So I'm dipping again. They're downstairs. I put them in the garage because it was cold out, and now it's time they can probably go back out. I just need to get the time to do it. Fine line between getting enough water on your brush and then having too much. So just practice, get the balance. Okay, so then we'll come back to this one. I'm trying to work on a project that Laura and I were working on last year for Mother's Day. I wanted to actually do a paint along with you guys, and it just never came to fruition. I can't tell you how many times that happens. Poor Laura. She always likes to get the stuff, and then, like in this situation, it's a magnets. So I'm hoping, I cut it again, so I'm hoping I can get it to work. I think it'll be cute if I do. Okay, so there's all those pieces. So now we're just gonna go through, and I'm gonna try to find the ones that are gonna have the brown, the Turkish coffee shading. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't feel that. I'm gonna put these up and see if we can get them a little bit, oh, what's that one? A little bit drier. That's the thing, is nothing dries when it's so cold. Okay. Well, I guess let's take the heat gun, because this stuff is all not dry. And let's just zap it quick. Apologies. It's already loud. I would love to see what you guys are working on. I would love to see it in the feed. That's kind of why I did more of a private group, hoping that more people would post their stuff. I love seeing it. I love seeing what you guys are working on and what you're doing and how things are coming along. I'm in part of several groups. I'm just a watcher in most, because I can't get to anything that's fun. There was so much stuff that Chris just came out with, and I was just like, oh, and I'm part of both her Christmas ornament, or the Christmas group, and then also the other group, and I have not gotten to anything just because there just is no time. I'm trying desperately to get stuff out into the stand, but so please flood it with your amazing projects. I would love to see what you guys are doing. Killing you guys with all that noise, I'm sorry. But if you do it and it's too wet, then it just kind of, it doesn't float right, and it makes a mess. So let's see if I can get to a couple pieces here. Let me turn off one at least for you. I'll sit in the cold here. So I'm gonna go back, and I'm trying to find my sandpaper here. And I'm just going to do a quick sand on that, on this one, and this one. Okay, so, and hopefully everything else is drying here. Okay, and I'm going to use my same brush, same thing, dipping, and I'm just going to go around and just give it a little edge there. And I don't necessarily want to turn them brown. It's not really I just want to not have them perfect and give a little dimension. I'm going to start a new spot there, because it was like it was getting flooded. I'll hold this up so then you can just see. I'm just kind of kissing the tips there. It's hard to see on the camera. Hopefully you guys see in the pictures. Okay, and then I think we're done with that. So let's do, I'm gonna sand just the edges of his little nose. Sorry. Okay, so that's done. Did we sand? Sand the little face. That one's still a little bit wet. Okay, and I think all I'm gonna do for the glasses is just sand them. And I'm just kind of being gentle. I don't want to break them. And I want to kind of keep the color, so I'm just going to kiss the edge of this little bunny. Okay, I think now we've sanded everything. So let's do these, and we're gonna do Spicy Hue. Wow, it got cold in here quick. So I'm just putting a little dollop on my plate. And again, same thing, dipping in water, tapping off on my wet, you could do a paper towel or baby wipe. I've got a baby wipe, and I'm just gonna come in and give this a little bit of dimension. It was almost like this was a costume party, kind of what it ended up at the end of all this. So I thought that was heading to Rabbits for a costume party. And by all means, if you want to skip these details, you can. Or even go into more detail and add the beautiful white lines and dots, and so cute. Okay, so I think I'm done with that. I can add green to this. I'm gonna do forest wood for the little bit of green I'm gonna do. Another little dollop. Same brush, same thing. Just dip in the toe. And if you wanted to even just do a quick paint, you could do the darker green and then sand the edge, and that would be super cute. this is just kind of what I've done so far on most of them. So that's what I mean. I'm sorry if it's a repeat, but I like when I put all my stuff out, I kind of like them to look similar. Okay, so now I'm dipping into the Bohemian Black, and I really want to ombre it down because I don't want it to be black, but just a kiss of some dimension for these guys. Too dark. And I hope you got my concept. I wanted them kind of just hanging off of the square. Just softening up that edge. Okay, now let's do the little sheep. And usually I think sheep's faces, aren't they pretty black? But I think all the detail would have gotten lost, like the eyes, and so that's why I chose to do it this way. But again, I would love to see what you guys come up with. Cute. Okay, then I think I'm actually gonna go with Golden Rule. I think that's on my list to do these guys. Just because it's a little bit darker yellow. I think I went with Ember Glow or like a orange on the other ones, but I think I'm gonna try this and just see. Oh, I got into the purple. Wipe that off, clean my brush. So I see I slid it down into the purple. Come over here now. Okay. Again, in his little feather tuft. And I just keep going to the same spot. How are we looking? So I think I need to dry and then maybe add some cheeks. Then we'll put together and splatter and do eyes. Oh, I do need to add, I'm gonna let that run a little bit. I'm gonna add just a little bit. I'm wetting this little brush and I just wanna kind of get in there, similar to how I did the legs. because I don't want it like super solid. Because I didn't, that was too small of a piece to have you paint it and glue it on, I felt like. So there. So we're getting closer here. Guess maybe we could have done a different color than the carrot, but again, love to see what you guys come up with. Let's see if we can get this to dry. Oh, and I need to, goodness, I just want to get ahead of myself. Add this pause. I'm going to take a little bit of grenadine and I'm going to add some, actually, I'm not. I'm going to do black just to see what happens. So I'm going to wet my brush again. I'm going to do the Bohemian black. But by all means, if you wanted to do the pinky, that'd be super cute too. But maybe what is a poor decision, especially if it's just him and now that's all the little detail he's got. I guess we'll see what it looks like in the end. Because he doesn't really have a lot going on like the other ones. Okay, so I am gonna take a little bit of that grenadine and I am going to find a spot and I am going to add a little bit of white to it when I do my little, I guess that was a lot of white. I'm just lightening it up a little bit and we're gonna do some cheeks. I've done it with just the grenadine color and that's totally fine too. I just was looking for a little bit lighter maybe today. So I have these, I have them in my affiliates links, and I'm not out to get the almighty buck. I'm just trying to get you the information and links so then you can, but it's like a stenciling brush, I think, but it's very fine and heavy bristled, not even in the camera, and dry. I'm gonna dip it into my little concoction here. I'm gonna get it into the bristles. I'm even gonna go off to the side here, and then I'm just gonna come in just ever so slightly and give some little cheeks. Again, I know not everybody loves cheeks, so you do you. And also, the glasses are going on, so it's not... Sorry if I'm shaking you. I'm just making them a little bit bigger. I kind of like big cheeks. Okay. I'm going right in again. Same thing. Going into my little spot here. I'm going to come here. So for those that do come around and pop on and participate, thank you so much. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. I honestly appreciate you. Okay, last one. Okay, and remember to clean the brush. I have one that I didn't clean. I need to actually clean it. Okay, so I think we're getting there. Let's see. Oh, sugar shoot. I shouldn't have cleaned it because I wanted to do a little bit in their ears. I wonder if I can get it dry enough to do a little bit in their ears. I didn't want it crazy, but a little bit would have been fun. All right, so let's see here. We've got, oh, I'm like, where did the sheep body go? And then little head. I just like to get everything all placed because half the time I forget to do something. And then I'll glue and then we can splatter. Hopefully you can now see my crazy vision. I know it's kind of hard to see when they're... you guys. See, this is why I do a little mock. So what I did is I forgot to paint the body, because it's only the head that's on there. So I'm going to turn this on, sorry, and then we'll keep going here while this is trying to dry. So this one I envisioned like this, hanging. This one. Oh, and see, look at there. This is what not to do. is forget. Okay, so that's why we're doing it. So this one's going to need a sand and a shade. Fast forward, I apologize. There. And this one. Oh. Okay, so it's a chick wearing ears. We'll get through this. And I just painted it white. So I'm coming in again with, it is called beeswax, and I'm trying to get this. So now I have to come in and shade this bottom, and I used Spicy Hue. There we go. Okay. Clearly, I haven't been crafting for a long time. So there's that, and this is the little duck in the little carrot costume. So cute. Is this dry now? So now this one, I need to resand, and we used, it was called Golden Rule, to give it a little shade. Okay. We're making it through. We're making it through. We're making it through. So now, are we gonna love? That's actually cute. I wasn't sure on the glasses color. Okay. So we have this one, and this one. I think adorable. That was a struggle bus. I apologize, you guys. So now what I want to do though is, before we can put the eyes on, I want to go in and I need another new little dollop of white flour. And this is just a little stencil brush that I got from the Dollar Tree. I think they come in a pack, actually. I'm going to dip the tip. I'm just dipping the tip, and then I'm squeezing it off because I don't really want it that wet. I just want it a little bit wet. The more water you add, the bigger the splatters, but they sometimes get like watery, and I don't like the watery. So I'm just working it into my brush. This is that, I feel like it's watery. White flour, and then off to the side here, I'm just running my thumb across the bristles. I'm going to do a little bit of a test, and I like that. It's watery, but we're making it work. Okay, and I should have actually glued Oh boy. So I want to do Bohemian. And I don't rinse my brush out yet. I actually go right into the Bohemian black, get it in there, and then do the same thing. And then that kind of helps with any imperfections. I needed a lot of help today, I guess. Goodness. And then I'm just cleaning it. So you could add some fun details, like you could even give him a little bow tie or something. That would be cute. Oh. I'm gotta do the eyes. So I'm just taking a little Dollar Tree stylus. I put a new little, you always want to start with a new little dollop, and then you want to go in and if you want to do them before you splatter, you go right ahead. I just sometimes like to add like a little white dot, and so then if you splatter and then do it, it kind of gets a little too messy for me. I hope you like this set. I really liked it. Trying to see. Yeah, I normally glue. I don't know. Looks like I got a little crazy on that one. Oh, and then don't forget the little, this is like gotta be microscopic. Should have maybe changed it to engrave. Cute. There we go. All right. Woohoo! So there we go. I think they are adorable. I will get them glued. I will take pictures. I've got to do what colors I used. But there you go. Thank you for sticking it out with me. That was almost painful. Just kidding. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much.